Hi Leo, welcome to your love reading for August 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so I've already shuffled the decks for you and you did have two jumping cards. Let me show you what they are. The first card that jumped for you is the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups does represent a wish being granted, but this card also represents a lot of happiness, emotional fulfillment. The other card that you had is the Queen of Cups. So this could be someone who is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This can be your partner, or this can be someone maybe that you're going to be entering a relationship with. Okay, so these are just jumping cards. Let me put them back. As always, this reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, let's go ahead and get 9 cards for you. What messages are there for Leo about their love life for the month of August? Knight of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Leo. Seven of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Leo. Ace of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Leo for August. The High Priestess. Love reading for the sign of Leo. King of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Leo for August. The Ace of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Leo for August. Page of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Leo. Page of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Leo for August. Death. What's the most important message that Leo needs to hear about their love life for August 2018? And you have the Five of Wands. So this can be perhaps misunderstandings with your partner. This is usually very petty energy, fighting, bickering. It can even be that you're just not feeling very compatible. You want very different things. We're going to come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Okay, so let's look at the first row, and you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So what I find really interesting here is that you've got the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Swords, because this card can represent deceit. This card can represent lies, someone not being completely honest, someone who's two-faced. But then you have the truth. The Ace of Swords does represent clarity and truth. So again, lies and the truth. I feel like this is like the exact reading I just did for the sign of Gemini. So if your partner is a Gemini, or if you have a moon or rising in Gemini, you might want to watch that, because even this card was our main energy. It just seemed, the Knight of Pentacles does mean that your love life is moving forward. You may not feel that way, it may not seem that way, but this means you're making progress. And I feel like you might be making progress in a relationship where there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of lies. Keep in mind that your main energy was the Five of Wands. Again, it could be that you and your partner are just very different. You want very different things. Maybe you want to get married. Maybe they don't. Maybe they want to stay single. Maybe you want to have kids. Maybe they don't. Maybe you want a committed relationship. Maybe they don't. This is the energy of two very different people. But, what I see here is I see lies, and then I see the truth. But the good news is that you're moving away from this. So it could be, that maybe your partner has not been completely honest with you. And maybe for some of you, it does have something to do with another person. Not for everyone, but it can be that, maybe your partner has been seeing someone else. I've been having a lot of that lately in private readings. People trying to figure out, why is, my partner, why do I keep finding them talking to so-and-so on Facebook? People sending me pictures. What do you get from this person? I feel like, if there is some type of dishonesty going on with your partner, another person, you're moving away from that. But also, there's just the energy of finally understanding with the Ace of Swords, truth and clarity where you didn't understand. Because sometimes with the Seven of Swords, sometimes it's not lies, sometimes it's self-deceit, where you're almost lying to yourself about a relationship. I feel like if you've been making excuses for someone, you will be seeing the truth. Maybe you've been too kind to your partner, maybe you've been too accepting of what's been going on. I feel like if you have been lying to yourself about your love life in some way, or lying to yourself about your partner, you will be seeing the truth. And you're moving in a much more positive direction with the Knight of Swords. Now, in the second row, you have the energy of another person. You have an air sign, which would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Now, you are being told, I mean, this can be you if you have a moon or rising in an air sign, or it can be your partner. It can just be the energy. I feel like this is either you or it's your partner. You're being told you've got to use your intuition. I mean, the High Priestess only comes up when your intuition is telling you something and you're ignoring it. And I mean, especially with something like the Seven of Swords, which is sometimes can represent deceit. Either you're lying to yourself or your partner's lying. Listen to your intuition. There is a new beginning for you. You have the Ace of Wands, which represents not just a new beginning, but a new life, a clean slate, a fresh start. It can even be in a relationship where there was a lot, like I said, a lot of back and forth. Maybe because you're very different. Maybe a lot of, lies, someone not being completely honest. You can put that behind you with the Ace of Wands being here. You can't erase all those painful things that have happened. And I just noticed you have two new beginnings lined up here. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And then down here, you've got Death, which is a significant ending and new beginning. So that is a huge theme for you. Endings and new beginnings. And perhaps something you didn't know finally being revealed, finally coming out. Now, I'm going to check on this energy for you just like I did for the sign of Gemini, and we'll see what the energies are around this person. Now, in the bottom row here, you have the Page of Wands. This does represent good news for you, something exciting, and you have it next to another page. All the pages represent communication. So I feel like if you've been waiting to hear from someone, if you've been hoping to reconnect with someone, I feel like that's definitely happening for you. Two pages side by side is pretty significant. And you also have the Death card here, which is, there's a big transformation coming in your love life. Death is an ending and a new beginning. Something that really changes everything. But, I want to go back to this card because this is always very significant. The Page of Pentacles does mean that you've got something you need to look at very carefully. And I feel, with the Seven of Swords being in this reading, which can mean that there is some deceit going on in your love life or in your relationship. There's something you've got to study something in your love life. You've got to look at your partner. You got to look at their behavior patterns, because remember that the main energy is telling me that, there could be a lot of fighting, a lot of misunderstanding. It's hard to say in a general reading, so I have to kind of just go over everything. This reading is meant to be viewed by thousands of people, so hard to say unless you're getting a personal reading what it means. I mean, this is just, it could be fighting, misunderstanding. It could be someone interfering in your relationship. You need to look at this very carefully. Your relationship with your partner. I mean, there would be, a significant change. I mean, the Death card, there would be, this is probably the most dramatic card in the deck, because it does mean there would be a huge change in your love life that changes everything, that forever changes your life. Communication is important, but also I feel like, there could be good news for you. Let me go ahead and get 3 more cards, and then I'll look into this this King of Swords, see what that means for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for August? You have the 3 of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for August? 2 of Cups. What other message is there for the sign of Leo for August? And you have the King of Pentacles. So you have 2 people there. You have an earth sign now. So this would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. For some of you, this could be someone that you're in love with, because, I mean, look what you have over here. 2 of Cups and 3 of Cups. This also is a message that if you're feeling really drawn to someone, the 2 of Cups, this is the soulmate card. Feeling really close to someone emotionally. You just feel like you belong together. You're very close. It's almost like you have a telepathic connection with them. This is, again, being in love with someone. What's interesting is you have the 2 of Cups and then the 3 of Cups. It's like if you're in love with someone, and this is a marriage card. It could be, someone that you're feeling really close to or you're really in love with. It could be that this is moving towards marriage because they are here together. And it could be someone who's an earth sign. I mean, I feel like if the person you're interested in is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this is huge for you. Maybe that's why you have the Death card here. Let's go ahead and look a little bit more carefully at the King of Swords, and then we'll look at the King of Pentacles. I did this for the sign of Gemini, and I feel like it was really revealing, like extremely revealing. Okay, so let's look at, you know what, I'm going to use a different deck, so see if anything wants to repeat itself. Let me just shuffle the deck really quick. Show me the energies around this King of Swords. What does this King of Swords mean for the sign of Leo? What does the King of Swords mean for the sign of Leo? Okay, that was just a card that jumped. Go down there. What does this King of Swords mean for the sign of Leo? Okay, so this card jumped for you, and it is the Ace of Swords. Repeat because it is right here. So again, if you are with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, expect the truth to be revealed. I mean, the Ace of Swords is truth and clarity. It could also just be a change of perspective. Somebody's changing their mind. It could be someone that broke up with you. This could be a change of mind, but also just, you know, finally understanding. Let's get some more information. What does this King of Swords mean for the sign of Leo? Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords does mean moving in a much more positive direction, and that's the exact energy that you start with the Knight of Pentacles. You're moving towards something much healthier. I feel like you're finally understanding. Maybe you're finally understanding what's driving you and your partner apart, with the Five of Wands being the main energy. What other messages are there about this King of Swords for Leo? The past. So, I mean, this can be, you know, someone from the past. I'm going to do kind of a mini X spread for you after this, after the confirmation deck. I mean, this does represent energy from the past. It could be that you're finally understanding what happened in the past so that you can get past this. But it can even be that you're finally understanding how the past is still affecting you, you and this person, this King of Swords, so that you can move away from this energy. Okay, let's look at the King of Pentacles, which you have down here, right here. Okay, show me the energies around this King of Pentacles. Show me the energies around this King of Pentacles. What does this mean for the sign of Leo? This card just kind of jumped out, the Star, your hopes and wishes. I'm just going to put it back, and we'll see if I pulled it for you. What does this King of Pentacles mean for the sign of Leo? What does this King of Pentacles mean for the sign of Leo? Wow. Repeat card is right here. So again, if you are interested in an earth sign, or you're with an earth sign, there is a lot of love between you. This is probably your life partner, or someone you can have a really significant relationship with. Marriage, Two of Cups, Three of Cups. It's like love leads to marriage. Now it's a repeat. Or it could be that you belong with an earth sign. What other messages are there for Leo about this earth sign? Limbo, being in limbo, confusion, but you do have the Ace of Swords, which means if you're confused, you'll finally be understanding. What other messages are there for Leo about this earth sign? Another marriage card. I mean, again, if you're involved with an earth sign, you've got the soulmate card, and you've got a card of marriage, family, and stability. Although maybe there is a little bit of indecision right now. Things are in limbo. I feel like things will be moving forward. Okay, so let's move on to the confirmation deck. And then we would look at X's. We'll do an X spread. Okay, what other messages are there for the sign of Leo for August? Six of Swords. I think that one just came up for you in one of the court cards I looked into. What other messages are there for Leo? Queen of Cups. So now you have... Wait, no, that wasn't you. That was Gemini. I'm starting to confuse you too. Okay, what other messages are there for the sign of Leo? Eight of Pentacles. And what's the most important message that Leo needs to hear from this deck about their love life for August? Three of Wands. This just means that you're not waiting in vain. What you're waiting for will come. There will be perfect timing for everything to come together, especially if right now there is a lot of conflict and a lot of misunderstandings. Okay, so let's look at these 3 cards. You've got another person. You've got a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. You're being told you can move away from the challenges, which is probably the difficulty, the fighting, the misunderstanding, not being on the same page. This means you can move into something much healthier. You can have a much healthier relationship. But you do have the 8 of Pentacles telling you there will have to be a lot of hard work and effort to make this happen. With the 8 of Pentacles, you have to really build to make the relationship strong, to have a strong foundation so that you can, stay together no matter what hits you. Again, you can have a healthy relationship. And let's look into this water sign. What does this water sign mean for the sign of Leo? Okay, this card just wanted to jump for you. 5 of Cups. It could be that you're really disappointed in this person. You may feel like this person really let you down. This is a card of sadness, tears, and just feeling really crushed. What does this water sign represent to the sign of Leo? What does this water sign represent to the sign of Leo? Okay, let's see. What does this water sign represent? Okay, another repeat card. You have the Ace of Wands, which is actually right here. New beginning. So it's like, there is a water sign that you were involved with where this person, they really let you down. They really broke your heart. You were crushed. Maybe you're still crushed. You do have a new beginning. This is a new life. You can forgive and forget. You can start over again. Let me get one more. What other messages are there for Leo about this water sign? Wow. I feel like this water sign really broke your heart. I mean, this is the breakup card, the divorce card, but you do have this card of a new beginning. You can start over. You can forgive. You can... I feel like this is probably all about the same person. You can have, this healthy new relationship here, but again, there's a lot of work to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. I'm going to use this deck here, and I'm doing this for all the signs. It's just a mini spread. I even did it for the signs that had the most views. I'm just going to pull 6 cards, and it lets me focus more on the 6 cards as opposed to 9. Okay, show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. And a card just jumped out of the deck for you. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Okay, so let me get these out of the way for you. And you do have quite a few people in this reading, so just like I told Gemini, there may be a lot of possibilities for you, more than you know. Now the card that jumped for you, I'm just going to show it to you and then put it back, is the Ace of Pentacles. We're asking about exes here, and you have a new beginning. This is a very unexpected new beginning, a new blessing, maybe a very unexpected new possibility of you getting back together with this person. Okay, so let me put it back in the deck. I'll put it here in the middle. We'll see if it comes up again. Okay, show me the energy around Leo and their ex. Wow, the Knight of Pentacles. This was your first card in the 9-card spread if you go back and watch. Amazing, it would be your first card here. Show me the energy around Leo and their ex. 2 of Pentacles. Show me the energy around Leo and their ex. Queen of Wands. Show me the energy around Leo and their ex. 7 of Swords. Repeat card, because you had that in the 9-card spread. Show me the energy around Leo and their ex. 6 of Cups. Leo and their ex. Lovers. Nice. Okay, so let me look at this. So it's kind of mind-boggling that your very first card, it's a completely different deck. Your first card is the Knight of Pentacles, just like in the 9-card spread. If you go back and watch, this was your first card, and that's your first card again. That's always, I mean, again, it's mind-boggling. This is telling you that there's going to be an improvement in your situation with your ex. Like, you and your ex are getting closer to getting back together, even if it seems crazy to you, even if it seems like so far-fetched. Again, the same card, different decks, that's a huge message for you. You are making progress at getting back together, even if it seems like a crazy dream. But, I mean, you also have here, there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of things going on with your ex, with the 2 of Pentacles. This is a juggling act. This is a lot of instability, a lot of balls up in the air. And you do have your energy here as a fire sign. And, I mean, it is right next to you. So it could be that maybe you have a lot going on. I don't know, for some of you, I mean, it could be that there's a lot of, you saw that you had a lot of court cards in your 9-card spread, just like Gemini. I don't know if some of you are involved with Gemini. I mean, the readings are just very similar. It just seems like, you know, if there are not a lot of people in your life, it could be that, you know, there's just a lot of scattered energy. It could be that your partner doesn't, I mean, your ex doesn't know what they want. Again, this is scattered energy, instability. But again, there is progress being made here. Now, you also have the 7 of Swords, which does represent deceit. It could represent deceit or self-deceit. And again, this is a repeat card because you had it in the 9-card spread. Here it is. Repeat card. I'll just put them right there so you can kind of keep in mind as I'm talking about the reading. These are just repeat. These 2 are the same card. These 2 are the same card. So these are very loud messages for you about your ex. That's why I wanted to pull less cards as opposed to, you know, a whole bunch and then I forget how many I pull or what I pulled. So the most important thing you need to hear about your ex here is that there's progress being made. Again, even if that seems crazy to you, if it seems far-fetched, if it seems like it's never going to happen, there is progress being made. And this is important too, because I mean, this tells me kind of what it's about. Remember that in the 9-card spread, I couldn't really tell if, you know, if somebody was lying or maybe it was you, you know, maybe kind of poisoning your mind against your ex. I see love here. I mean, you've got the Lovers card. This is, you know, this means this is a long-term relationship. This could be your life partner. You know, and the past is here. I mean, obviously we're talking about an ex. So, I mean, it's pretty significant that, you know, the card that does represent past energy, people from your past would pop up. I mean, it can be seeing the 6 of Cups right next to the 7 of Swords that maybe there is a lot of things from your past as a couple that could be working against you. Maybe, you know, that's why there's all this kind of scattered energy. Maybe that's why things are so complicated with the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe that's why it's going to take time for everything to come together. And you remember the main energy from the 9-card spread was the 5 of Wands, which was already telling us that maybe you and your ex, you know, are very different. You wanted different things. Again, that would explain why it's going to take time, the Knight of Pentacles, why it's taking time for you guys to get back together. But it could be that, again, you've convinced yourself that it's over. Again, this can mean self-deceit. This can mean self-deceit, that you've convinced yourself maybe that they're in the past. It's kind of interesting, you know, that we're focusing on a person who's no longer in your life or who broke up with you, and then you get the Lovers card. You know, this, again, this could be marriage. This could be a committed relationship. It just kind of seems, again, like everything's up in the air, but you are moving towards a reunion. And I feel like, you know, don't poison your mind against your ex. Don't feel like, you know, they're lying to you, especially if there has been some type of explanation, maybe why you broke up. Hard to say in a general reading, because you did have the Ace of Swords and the 9-card spread right next to the 7 of Swords. So it could be that maybe you're wanting to believe that something happened and maybe it really didn't. Again, it could be that your past as a couple is still, maybe what happened between you is still there, causing all this instability. But I see, happiness here. I see love. But I also see perhaps, that you're lying to yourself. Maybe that you're being your own worst enemy. That's the energy of the 7 of Swords, being your own worst enemy. And wanting to believe something maybe that's not necessarily true. I'm going to leave you with one final card from this deck. What does Leo need to hear about their ex? Didn't you have, you had the King of Pentacles and the 9-card spread, and then you had the 2 of Cups came up with it. And it was, there was a lot of love. I felt like if you were with an earth sign, like, that is exactly where you belong. And now that's what I pull for you. So I feel like, if your ex is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, I feel like you have nothing to fear. I feel like this person could be coming back into your life at any moment. But again, even if they're not an earth sign, this could just be the energy that they're in. I see improvement here with the Knight of Pentacles. Very significant. First card here and first card in the 9-card spread. It's the same card, and also here, there is some type of deceit going on. But I feel like it's not coming from your ex, because I don't see other cards that support it. But I feel like it could be you. You don't be your own worst enemy. Maybe being angry, because remember, this is anger. This is pettiness. Maybe the cards are saying, like, be open-minded. Don't be angry. Don't want to lash out at your ex. Don't hold a grudge. I feel like, there will be communication. I feel like you will be hearing the truth. Okay, Leo, this has been your love reading for August 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.